Alright, how's it going, everyone? So, we're going to go over how to rejuvenate your soldering tips to make sure they last forever. So, a couple that I have here to show are this chisel tip. Now, there's nothing wrong with this chisel tip. The solder on it just oxidized, so it just looks like that. That's what happens when you leave it on hot and then turn it off after a bit without cleaning and cleaning it and retinning it. So there's nothing wrong with this one technically, just looks really bad. Now we have these ones here, which the solder's not sticking to them. Same with my pointy tips. This one's in pretty rough shape, was used for a long time and then put away, used and abused. This one is in half bad shape, but it does need to clean up as well. So in this video here, we're going to go over what I use to make sure when you're storing them properly, using them properly, everything in between to make sure your tips last as long as possible. Now, the first thing that we're going to go over is the actual solder that you should be using for storage after you're done using. And also tip tinner. This is just some cheap tip tinner. But this cheap tip tinner works if you know how to use it proper. Also a brass brush. A brass fine comb brush. Can be very, very useful for you. Yes, brass scrunchy works pretty good too. But this brass brush, you can really clean it up nicely, polish it up, so that way when you store it proper, we'll go over storage of this as well for your tips. So I have this one right now, which is what I like to call the hoof style. I do believe it's a crescent moon, but I call it a hoof style. It's an angled tip. It's my favorite tip, my basically go-to tip. And we'll go over how to properly use tip tinner to clean it up. So we're going to go over how to use the tip tinner and how to properly get your tip ready to use tip tinner. This tutorial is not going to be a short one because making sure you're doing stuff properly with your soldering iron and soldering tips is a must. So get your soldering iron up to about 350 and get your tip tinner. Now this cheaper stuff here can be a bit hardened. You can scrape it with some tweezers or something like that to make it all powdery in spots. Now we're going to get a tip tinner here. This cheaper stuff can be a bit hard if you get it. It does come with this little plate, which is supposed to help with it going hard, but it does anyways. Just scrape it up and get it some powder going. Just makes it easier, especially for the finer tip ones, to rejuvenate your tip. Now, before you do that, you're going to want to clean your tip up really good. All right? You want to clean it up really good. That's why I like this brass brush. Brass brush, if you have a metal surface or a surface where you can scrape your tip, so that way if any solder does go anywhere, it's going to land somewhere good. And I'm going to show you this tip probably does not need any tip tinner, just by cleaning it up with this brush. So as we can see, tip is nice and shiny, so shiny that it can easily grab some solder, and the solder sticks to it very nicely. Nice. Now I'm not going to do this tip because there's no point. When you're done with using your soldering iron, clean it up and add some tin to it. You don't have to add it to the whole thing, just add it to the surface where you really want it to make sure that you're going to be using that surface. So since it's the hoof style tip, I'm just caring about that flat spot, that curve. So just cover it up with some solder. I'm just using some 50-50 solder. You can also use PB free solder if you wanted. Do not use core flux wire. Use a leaded, a 50-50 or a 67-33. That's also very good, or a 60-30 or 60-40 works really good. And like I said, a PB free. So I have all three. I generally use a leaded, 50-50 leaded. I really do like the 50-50 leaded. 60-40 is also really good. The best though, for especially if you're soldering iron is not too powerful, is at 6733. It's really good for electronics. PB, this needs more heat, so PB free. This needs more heat. Not peanut butter, but it's lead free. It's lead free, and it does need more heat. Roughly 183 to 200 degrees Celsius for your lead free, and around 120 to 140 for your leaded. Again, do not use your core flux solder. Do not use that because it will not work properly for storage. So what we're going to put on is, actually let's do our small tip here, our very thin tip. We'll show you how we can clean this up, make it look brand new. Now we got this. We're just going to let it warm up here. And as it gets warmer, what we can do is hit it with our brush. So we can clean it up with our brass. And you just scrunch it around in your brass really good on all angles that you can. You'll see that it's not too bad. Again, what I like is my brass brush, is you can get all the surface nice and clean with it. Do not use sandpaper. If you use sandpaper, you have a chance of destroying your tip and not being able to rejuvenate it at all. So do not use sandpaper. Now we got our tip tinner here. What we're going to do is straight in there, because we do not need the whole tip to be perfectly done up. We just need a certain area of it. So let's hold that in, and you just go hold it in there and do little circles with this little one, and then you'll see that it's put on there nicely, very nicely. We can go and clean that up. Again, I'll hit it with my brush, just like this. Voila. Now we got a perfect tip tin. Again, add solder to it for storage. So this one here, we'll add it to the whole area that I'm going to want to be able to use. Just like that. The whole area. And that's how you're going to store it. So you just turn off your soldering iron, you're good for next time. Just when you're done, or when you're wanting to start soldering again with this tip, turn it on, allow it to warm up, hit it with some brass again before you start using it. It will have oxide onto it from it cooling down and just sitting. So get rid of all that oxide, and you can add new solder to it and start going to town. Next, we're going to do our our roughly 60-degree angle tip. We'll clean this one up real good. This one I don't use a whole lot, generally just because it's just not the angle I want and prefer when I'm doing soldering for my graphics cards. Generally, I'll be using the small tip, and I'll be using the hoof style tip. The small tip for like the 0102 size, or 04, 02s, the very, very small ones, and hoof style for more like the 06 and 08 and up, and also for adding capacitors, tantalum, or can caps. Can caps can be a whole bunch of different ones as well. So we got this one on now, and what we're going to do is just let it warm up again and hit it with our brass. So as it's warming up, we can keep hitting it with the brass. Starting to get warm. Again, really hit it. Really hit it with that brass. Don't be light. Don't be shy. The main thing is not scraping it and make it so any solder flings around. More like angle it and pull up towards you. And when you're lifting up, don't just keep dragging it. Alright, so now we got this ready. Does need a little bit of love. This one does need a little bit of love. So we will, again, nice straight down, just what we want done up. Then little circular motions, just like that, to put the tip tinner on there. Now sometimes, if your tips are really worn out, you might need to hit the tip tinner multiple times. So just do it once, clean it up, and then we're going to do it again. Because this one did need a little bit on the one side. There we go. That looks good. That looks really good on this one. Alright. And clean it up. Clean it up really good. Perfect. Now I'm happy with that. You can hit it with some solder on both sides that I want. All the sides that you want. Just a little bit. You don't have to go to town with it. It's like that. That is good enough for storage. Now the tip tinner, you can get this stuff very cheap on Amazon. This exact stuff. So you can get this exact stuff right here on Amazon fairly cheap. It's 20 gram and it'll last you quite a while, depending on how big the tips are that you need to actually do, but this will last quite a while. You're going to want to pick up yourself some solder if you don't have any. If you only have core flux, again, I suggest not using core flux. It just does not do a good job for keeping your tips tinned up. That's the correct term, tinned up or coated with solder, so that way your tip does not start oxidizing. Once your tip starts oxidizing, the actual tip itself, the solder won't stick to it, and then you would have to use tip tinner again. You shouldn't have to use tip tinner all the time unless you're using some certain kind of flux, like an acid paste flux. So like acid paste flux, and generally you're not going to be using this for any kind of electronics, like acid paste or anything that has like an ammonia or a chloride. This is zinc chloride and ammonia chloride. This stuff works really good for hot air. It's just the only thing for electronics. You have to make sure you clean it really well. It's just this stuff I like to use for certain applications just due to the fact it's super, super easy to clean up, handles high temperatures, and it's super easy to clean. Acid paste flux is very, very rare cases that people will be using acid paste flux. This is for more like soldering for your piping in your homes and stuff like that. That's what this is used for. Same with this as well. Just sometimes they have different kind of purposes. It will corrode your actual like tools and oxide them. It'll basically just corrode them and wear them out, and your tips will wear out if you use this kind of stuff. Same with this acid paste flux. This stuff is more used for like hot air or your blowtorch, whereas what I recommend is your no clean flux paste. All right, no clean flux paste is very good. 8341, I do enjoy this stuff quite a bit. This stuff's just, it's not great if you let it sit for too long, or if it get too hot, it becomes very hard to clean up. You 100% will have to use isopropyl alcohol onto your components. And yeah, I do like this stuff though. This is stuff what you're going to be using for electronics. But for anything else, again, will corrode and wear out your tips, and where you have to rejuvenate them at some point. Make sure you have lots of brass scrunchie. And again, I do recommend a brass brush. This little brass brush is very handy, very easy to clean up your tips if they start wearing out. That's about it for this here. Again, thank you for all my viewers, subscribers, donors. You guys are helping this channel more than you know. Hopefully this helps you make sure your soldering iron and soldering tips last a long time. There's a lot to learn while doing this kind of stuff, so I'm just trying to help out people learn right off the bat, just in case they're looking to get into it, and to make sure that what they're getting is proper and not just too expensive for no reason, and or getting stuff that you just don't need, because there are a lot of stuff you just don't need. So if there's anything I missed in this video here, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer in the comments or make an updated video. That's all about what you need to do this kind of stuff for keeping your soldering iron nice and ready to go for next time you use. For this portion of your soldering iron, you don't need to worry about it. It's just the tips you really have to worry about. Now, let's say you're using a soft sponge as well, like a soft damp sponge to clean your tips up. You might have some corrosion around this area and your tip might stick. Just, you can bend it back and forth gently at the tip after it's cooled down, of course. Take it off and then check it over, and then just a little bend will unbreak that bond, and that's when you'll get something like this, where it's really corroded like that. That's where you'll get that. That's not a big deal though. That there you can clean up if you wanted with an actual sandpaper if you really wanted. Just don't do any of this portion. Do not do anything where you're actually going to be utilizing that tip. Do not do that. But you can clean this up with sandpaper. You can put this in like a drill and just hold a sandpaper to it and then clean that up. That'll clean up really nice. Just don't go too far to where the actual soldering iron can't hold on to it. That'd be really worn down. How if you did it that much, that'd be really worn down. But again, hopefully this video helped you understand what you need to do for your soldering tips. You can spend a lot of money on expensive ones and they'll do the exact same thing as a cheaper one. So there's no point of going and buying the most expensive soldering tips and not getting the appropriate stuff that you need to make sure that they last. Again, good soldering iron, tip tinner. You can get more expensive tip tinner if you wanted. Cheap stuff works, just you might have to make it a little bit dusty for the smaller tips so that the smaller tips can actually get the tip tinner on it and melt it down. Make sure you get yourself some PB if you're working on certain electronics. You're going to need the PB, especially going to code. You're going to need to actually have the code. So PB free, lead free. Get yourself some leaded solder one. It's easier for you to melt. And core flux works great for electronics as well, just not for storing your tips. So hopefully you understand that as well. Again, thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.